Hey guys, just made it home from the Cabela's National Walleye Tour tournament up in Saginaw Bay. 1,000-mile drive. Just got home late last night. Just finished getting the boat cleaned up, getting ready for the week to do some guiding and a little family time as well as some work. So, just a little recap about tournament. First off, congratulations to Brett King. Great guy, deserves it. Joe Okada, awesome. Good team there. They made a long run around some fish nobody else around, and they got to do what I like to do is and cast to them with some techniques versus trolling for these fish. So for the most rest of everybody else, there were still some guys that made some long runs. I made about a 35, 40-mile run out to Charity Islands. Had some decent fish going there in practice. Some nice 26, 27 inchers. Not a lot of them, but that's really all we had for big fish, so we had to get to them. Unfortunately, they just weren't going. So we gave them a couple hours each day, bailed, went down to the inner bay, and just filtered through the 20 to 23, 24 inch fish, hoping to stumble into a 25, 26, 27 incher, which is what a lot of guys did. If they got that one kicker, they pretty well were able to catch a check. If you didn't, you really just needed a couple of those, at least 24s, which we didn't get. Ended up just a few pounds out of the money. But that happens as tournament fishing nonetheless. So we caught a lot of fish. Basically everywhere we went on the lake, we caught fish. No matter where we dropped in, we caught fish. Pulling cranks was the main thing. I ran an awful lot of number 9 flicker minnows, Pro Slick. The hottest one here was a Purple Tiger. You can see that or not. When I was in a little shallower in the weed bite, I was going to 9s. When I was out in the deeper stuff on the islands, I was running number 11s. Targeting about 20 feet down. The inner bay, I was targeting about 10 feet down. Went calm on us day 2, so we did slide out deeper, and we went 70 feet back, which was about 15 feet down. We started getting a little bit better, thicker fish right there in that zone. So extremely clear water, over 20-foot water clarity in most places. Inner bay, you just found water that was a little bit dirtier. Like I said, anywhere you dropped in, you pretty much caught fish. It was just a matter of some were skinny and some weren't. So, we trolled these, put the random offshore planer boards on these St. Croix medium power trolling rods, 8.5-foot telescopic. Just makes them real easy to transport, move around. This medium power is awesome. These things are just perfect for pulling planer boards. So you got that extra weight. These fish are pretty feisty with that clear water. When they got to about 40 feet of line yet, they had to come in on by the islands. They could see you in the boat in the net, and they did not want to come in. So the back reel on these Abu Garcia Alpha Mars, which now the new ones are out and they're digital, you can back reel, just boom, bop it off just like that and drops 50% drag, lets them run. Then you can re-engage it right to where you had it set. So that came in pretty handy. I know Carl Springle is my teammate, my on day 2, and I let him reel pretty much most of the fishing. It seemed like if I touched a rod, they came off. So Carl did a great job, but he was definitely running the back reel on them. We did fish the river a little bit in practice and caught some fish, really hoping that was going to take off. Northland puppet minnows. And as soon as our first pilot we went to, we dropped it down. We caught 2. Biggest one I really got in the river was a little over 20, but they were fat. It was about 3 pounds. So that bite wasn't consistent enough, and the weather looked like it was going to be stable enough on the main lake to make the run all the way up to Huron if you needed. But these puppet minnows, we caught a lot of fish, catfish, blues, channels, and flatheads, and probably about 200 pound a drum a day if you fished the river. And they were big drum, 20, 25 inch, 10 pound sheephead out there. So number 5, puppet minnows were really good. When it got dirty, we put on a blade bait, Johnson blade baits. That worked well. These things, you're obviously going to be seeing a lot of these at our next tournament at Devil's Lake most likely. So the St. Croix Icon's got the snap jig rod. It's awesome for this stuff. It's a 6'8", extra fast, and got super strong backbone. So when you're ripping heavy jig, snap jigging, quick hook set, you got plenty of backbone strength. See a lot of people break their rods doing this method. You're not going to break these. And then with the new Fireline Ultra 8, extra strong. And this, I think I went to a 15-pound fluorocarbon leader here because we were getting into an awful lot of catfish. One thing that was really important, man, these were long days. We're trying to, it was just Randy and I this tournament. Ted didn't make it, had some things going on. Brent isn't really able to fish much this year in the circuit. So we're out early, leaving the house at 5:36 in the morning and getting back at 7, 8, 9 o'clock at night. So they're long days, a lot of driving, a lot of boat time. Mountain Ops plays focus, energy, and the bonus, you get a little fat burner in it. So then during the tournament, I'm popping, one of these during the day. Tournament days, we left at 6 a.m. and the earliest weigh-in return was at 4 a.m. So we're getting up 3:30, 4 o'clock. You're at the boat launch around 5, putting in and floating around and kind of getting things in order. So extremely long days. Mental health, physical health is obviously very important for focus and just, being patient and calm on the water, especially when it's rough and you're getting beat up out there. Scott Ulrich thinks he traveled with me this time. He's traveled a couple times. This time he was all in as a co-angler, had a good time. But he got the extra 2 days of fishing and realized how much energy and how this kind of can beat your body up. So staying physical, staying fit and healthy is pretty key. It's just going to make your recovery time quicker and get you right back out on the water. In my case, I get home and I'm usually guiding the next day or two after a tournament. So I need my boat to be in good shape and I need to be in good shape. This stuff's awesome. Mountain Ops Blaze, just, buy a case of it. These little guys, keep them in your boat, your glove box, in your truck, pop them. Like I said, we had a 15-hour drive. I can guarantee you some of these were going down. So healthy and not a lot of no crash like some of those other energy things out there. So Saginaw Bay, good fishery. I'm sure we'll be back sometime. A lot of fish everywhere you go. Big shout out to Eric Plant. He fished with us, local guy. Great guy, had a lot of knowledge on the lake, fishing me every day, showed us some stuff. We had a good time. So thanks a lot, Eric, if you see this. Frank's bait shop up there was awesome. They got about everything you ever can think of needing. Stopping at Frank's, if you're up at Saginaw Bay, they're good to go. And we will see you out at Doubles Lake here at the end of July. But next week, we head up to Lake Oahe at a pier for the Bass Elite Series. So we're going to be up there doing some Facebook Live stuff and some media stuff. There's going to be some from Midwest Hunt and Fish. We'll be on there a lot, maybe a little bit of stuff for Cabela's. So going to be spending 4 or 5 days, 3-4 days up there in Oahe during the Bass Elite Series with Mark Daniels, David Walker, some of these guys. Hope to get you some behind-the-scenes stuff, some interviews with them, let you know what's going on. Should be a pretty exciting event. I'm pretty happy and stoked it's coming here to South Dakota, so we don't want to miss that. So stay tuned for that. I said that's coming, not this week, but the week after. So the last week of June, first week of July is when that Elite Series is going on out of Pierre, South Dakota. So it'll be fun. Stay tuned for more updates, and we'll get a walleye former out here probably this week, kind of some recap of things and some other stuff that's going on. So the guide bite's been super hot. There's a few openings over the next couple weeks, so get in on them while you can. The other guides are all starting to take some people out since I've been traveling. But the bite's really, really good at Lewis and Clark, and Francis Case, as always, is it's consistent there. So check us out, walleyeguys.com.